Yeah. When we parted ways, it was on some Deebo'd type stuff, bro. He took my chain, my grill, cuz.
That sounds just like Dyamund. That sounds just like Dyamund.
Hey, man, it was wild. It was, I pulled up to the block, man, because we had a few plays going. I go too deep into the play. We had some plays going, and some of the money was drying up, and we, kind of was parting ways, and I pulled up to the block, and all the,
Why ain't I see you around back when I was down?
One distinct memory I have about you, I saw you somewhere, and I think you was with Dyamund. Rest in peace to the homie, Boss Hoss, Dyamund Shields. That was my brother, and yours as well. Man, the grill you had. I ain't gonna lie, other than, I say, Kevin Gates, you probably had the crispiest grill that I ever saw. That. Even more so than the one I had. I don't know if it was the cuts in there or what, but man, where'd you get that grill done?
Dyamund hooked me up. That was actually Diamond and Diamonds in Bannister Mall.
I got mine there too.
Okay, yeah. Ours is actually kind of similar.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So we had the Princess Cut joint, so actually that was really Boss Hall. That was Diamond Shields. He always kept the grill in. And we had made a few plays. We actually had hit a little lick, and he was like, bro, he's like, meet me at Diamond and Diamonds. I got fitted up. And honestly, he pretty much got everything from me. He was like, went and got fitted. I came back. And it was kind of hard to fit in my mouth. It was like, it was really bulky.
Man, mine was too. Right. I used to hate putting that grill in.
Fix it in on your joint.
Oh, you put fix it in on it?
That's what Diamond was. He's like, cuz, put that fix it on her, cuz. So much as they still wouldn't move, so I had that fix it in there when I put it in.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk more about that story too. But basically, later on, and me and Diamond's journey, it was a grind, we still ended up coming back cool as brothers. We parted ways.
Yeah.
But when we parted ways, it was on some Deebo'd type stuff, bro. He took my chain, my grill, cuz.
That sounds just like Dyamund. That sounds just like Dyamund.
Hey, man, it was wild. It was, I pulled up to the block, man, because we had a few plays going. I go too deep into the play. We had some plays going, and some of the money was drying up, and we, kind of was parting ways, and I pulled up to the block, and all the 54th Street cast is over there. Even Joker was over there, and he's like, man, I got put out the Midwest Side house,
right?
And it was like, bro, that chain. I'm like, damn, and I'm on the block. It's I'm like, all right, fam, I ain't no pressure.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
You got it. You know what I mean? So that, and then I took the grill up to get cleaned by Diamond, so he kept it. So I ended up, we'll talk deeper about that, but when I parted ways from the West Side, I pretty much got all that back. And then he ended up giving the grill later to Joker, and Joker was like, bro, I can't do nothing with it. He ended up giving it back to me.
Right.
And at that point, when I was making the transition of like getting out of the streets and getting back on my feet with like this new vision and direction for healthy hip hop, I had the grill. I really should have kept it for keepsake, but at the time, bro, I was just getting rid of all the old stuff. So I wouldn't just pawned it, bro.
Yeah.
And they didn't give me nothing for it because they just paid by weight. They with so many diamonds. I think we paid about, it was like $3,800 or something, $4,000 for the grill.
Yeah.
And I probably got like $400 when I pawned it because it was just based off the weight.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So that was we could talk deeper about that. But me and Diamond, we started off like in the trenches. Actually, it was Joker who got me over there because Joker was part of the Chop It Up clique.
Yep.
We was doing music, and Joker was like the big time. We all was like Tech fans, right? So he was really going after Tech. He wanted to get do some music with Tech.
Yeah.
He was just so persistent, and Tech basically dished him off to Don Juan. He's like, man, talk to Don Juan. And so Joker was persistent, hitting Don Juan. And then Don Juan was like, yo, I ain't the money man. You need to talk with Diamond. And so he put him on with Diamond, and then he kept hitting Diamond up, and then Diamond finally called him back. He went down to the crib on Garfield. He heard the music, and Joker was back. At that point, like Joker, bro, he was there. I mean, like spitting wise and production wise, his beat was
sure.
So he heard the beats, and he moved him in the house.
Yeah.
The rest was history. And he called me, bro. He's like, man, I got the studio, cuz, bring the tree. Like, we down here kicking it.
Yeah.
And then that's when I met Diamond.
Yeah.
And we kind of just became like family after that. It just was rocking.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think Joker's from Memphis.
He is Memphis. Bro,
Okay.
I'm talking about, listen, Joker, it's a thing now. It's crazy, but the juking, because will glide.
That's
like,
what I'm saying, bro. Because Joker, I always liked Joker. He had a different sound than Kansas City.
Right.
And because one of my favorite songs from Kansas City to this day is his song Crazy.
Right. That was on the radio, 103 for a minute.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about how they got pulled from 103, but that was on 103. I was on that joint, but that was that great. And that was around the time.
That shit
it was a couple
so hard. That was during the crunk era.
That's what I'm saying. So it was some other records around that time that kind of it fit with that, but Joker was Memphis sound. And like I said, I ain't ever seen nobody like joke like this, cuz literally like was moonball. He'd be gliding. I'm like, what the? And it's a thing now. You see they doing it now.
They joking. Yeah, that's their
but
culture.
They been doing it. You know
I love Memphis. Cause I mean, Crunchy Black been doing that for years.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to Crunchy Black.
Straight up.